All right, people. Whew. Okay, let's get this party started. Whew. Okay, let's see if anybody hops on. I know I'm doing this late because I just got off work. I work Wednesday to Sunday, so that is the reason I'm just hopping on the stream now. But we got Parker versus Bakole coming up. Joseph Parker versus Martin Bakole. Let's see. All right, we got Joseph Parker versus Martin Bakole coming up shortly. Bakole a last minute, 2 days notice that he jumps on, but very different kind of style from Daniel Dubois. Going to be really interesting because Bakole, 31 years old, has 6'6", has this almost George Foreman kind of aura, but he throws great combinations of punches, big time uppercuts, really fluid and really relaxed in the ring. And he's got Joseph Parker on the other side of this, 33 years old, just turned 33 years old, and 6'4", but has a lovely boxing style, very nice skills, kind of like a less skillful than Usyk, but more skillful than pretty much all the other heavyweights. So, going to be very interesting. 35-3, Bakole 21-1. Bakole big time power. Really going to be a fascinating switch here for both fighters. Bakole being on the couch just 2 days ago, and Parker going from Dubois to Bakole. We're going to see how this looks, and Michael Buffer now making the announcement, so we're about to get going here. But one thing I'm going to be really interested to see is, of course, how is Bakole's gas tank? Is he the kind of guy who stays ready? He looks like he's in decent shape, so we'll see if that actually, if his shape holds up. But that's going to be, will he just start the rounds really good and then tank? Is he going to try and preserve himself a little bit, or does he know he's in good shape for this? One of the things that really impressed me about his destruction of Jared Anderson was just how relaxed he was in the ring. He just looked so calm, like he was going for a stroll and kicking some ass. And so that's actually a really good way to help preserve your gas tank, is by staying calm in the ring and not doing too much superfluous movements, not breathing too heavy. And Bakole does a good job of that, so we'll see if he can maintain that gas tank. Because I don't know if, we'll see if his cardio is up to snuff here. But we'll know Parker is going to be, at his peak. So, but let's see, because Bakole is definitely a different kind of style from Dubois and a more mature fighter, both in age and I think just in his mindset. Dubois, I think, has grown actually in the last few fights. But we haven't really seen Dubois fully tested since he essentially, threw in the towel against Usyk. Man, all right, we got Bakole here in the ring. Man, he is a big fella. 6'6", over 300 pounds. I mean, but the thing is that Joseph Parker has experience dealing with these big guys. He fought Big Bang Zhang, also 6'6", big time power, and he also fought Deontay Wilder, 6'7", more of a kind of built like a string bean, but still obviously big time power. And so he's used to fighting guys who are bigger than him like this, but like I said before, different style from Daniel Dubois. Bakole really strings his punches together very nicely, and he's very calm in there, very collected, very measured, puts his punches together, walks you down, And so I think Parker is really going to have to stick a good power jab on Bakole, and we'll. I don't know if he. We'll see if he can keep him off, because I think Bakole might wind up just saying, "Screw this, I'm going for broke. I'm fighting on 2 days' notice," and so I'm not properly trained up with the full cardio, the full gas tank, so I'm going to go in there and I'm going to try and wreck this guy within 6 rounds. If Parker can really drag him into the deep water, into, rounds 8, 9, 10, then, okay, let's test Bakole's gas tank. Let's see how in shape he was staying. But I think Bakole's going to be really dangerous in the first half of this fight. Let's see how Parker negotiates it. Because the thing is, though, Parker also is going to want to do something to earn Bakole's respect, so Bakole doesn't just walk him down. But I like how Parker responded to the switch-up, because this is obviously a big change for Bakole, who's getting off the couch, but this is a big change for Parker. Big change in style, big change in opponent with 2 days' notice. But I really like the way that he responded to it. He seemed genuinely excited about the prospect of fighting Bakole, because he says he wants to test himself. A lot of fighters say that. Do they always mean it, though? It seemed to me like Parker actually meant it. Let's see. Michael Buffer doing his his announcements now for Bakole. Actually, hasn't gotten to Bakole yet. Thanks for hopping on the stream if you're here. Apologies for hopping on late. Man, I will say Shakur did impress me a bit in that last fight. I wasn't sure he would get the stoppage with how his a lot of talk about his hands and how his hands weren't in good shape. I saw him do that grip test and it was not good. But he put a bit of a whooping on Padley, I think it was, right? So that was good to see. I was glad to see that. Smart to go to the body, softer target than the head, so preserved his hands a bit there. But I'm very, very intrigued by what we're going to see in this fight here. Very intrigued. Obviously, I was excited for Dubois versus Parker. But the thing is, I was edging Parker in that fight. I thought that, he kind of has what he needed, has what he needs to beat Dubois. Even though Dubois has been on a hot streak, so is Parker. Bakole is different, more of a wild card. So, very avoided as a heavyweight. Coming on short notice, let's see if let's see how much of a boogeyman this guy really is. 21-1 with 16 knockouts from the Congo. Okay, so his title's not on the line. All right. Anyone have Bakole winning? Anyone have Parker winning? Let me know what you think in the chat. I don't know. Bakole doesn't look like he's... I don't know. It's hard to tell with Bakole. I'm trying to read a little body language. Parker seems very relaxed and seems very comfortable. I like his body language. A lot of cheers for Parker here as he's getting announced. Very interesting fight. This is a big moment for both of these fighters. Man, Parker is it's funny. He's sometimes compared to other giants, but he's a big dude. Oh man, Bakole gave him a wink as they come to the center of the ring. Oh yeah, they look actually like they got respect for each other. Pretty nice. All right, we're about to get going here with Parker versus Bakole. This is quite the last minute change from Dubois versus Parker. Now we got Parker versus Bakole. Bakole largely avoided by many heavyweights. He just destroyed in his last. He destroyed Jared Anderson, who is a highly touted American prospect. Bakole just walked him down like he was just going for a stroll in the park and beat his ass. So now we're going here in round one, and Parker's starting off with some feints, and man, Bakole just always looks just so calm in there. Parker with a nice jab to the body. Okay, Parker a little feint downstairs and hit Bakole with a little shot on the chin. Doing a nice job feinting up top and then going low. Ooh, Parker with a stiff jab. Bakole kind of using a half guard here, now bringing it up for more of a kind of a long guard. But Bakole just so calm and relaxed, just kind of moving along. Bakole a nice jab downstairs. And Bakole now takes the center of the ring. Parker trying to get it back with a couple jabs down low. Clear, quickness advantage for Parker, especially from the outside. But Bakole really can put his punches together well. And so right now we've got a nice battle of the jabs going here. Both of them have done a nice job with jabs downstairs. Oh, Bakole just missed with a right hand. And Parker just missed with a whistling left hook. Both of them kind of have a half guard going here with the lead hand low. Now Parker a bit of a long guard. Tries jab downstairs. Bakole trying to go back up to the head. Parker backs out of range. Definitely a feeling out round so far here. Parker doubling up on the jab. Bakole throwing his own jabs. Caught a little Parker with a nice little left hook on the end of one of those jabs. It's funny. People compare Bakole to Foreman, but they look very different in there when they because I see the similarities, but they also, I don't know. There's Foreman very pawing with his lead hand and whatnot, and Bakole he's got he's doing this little low guard thing. He's bringing his jab up. It's really interesting and different. Okay, Bakole caught him with a nice little stiff jab. Parker circling on the outside, and Bakole actually walking Parker down a little bit and clipped him just barely with a little lead uppercut. And okay, now they're clinching here on the ropes. Back in the center. Bakole's got quick hands. He just barely clipped Parker with a little shot there at the end of the round. Oh, man. I got to tell you, Bakole has deceptively quick hands. Deceptively quick hands. Especially, for his size. Very impressive. Okay, interesting first round there from Parker and Bakole. Both of them real battle of the jabs there, and Bakole caught Parker with a nice little right hook up top as Parker had a half guard, and that shot definitely woke Parker up a little bit. It was a heavy shot. That's the thing, is that I think Bakole's a bit more of a riddle than Dubois is. Parker's gonna have to be cautious. Okay, we're back in the center of the ring here. Both of them with a little bit of a high guard and feeling out their jabs. Oh, Bakole lands a left hook downstairs. taking the center of the ring here. Parker just using that low half guard and coming forward with a couple jabs. Bakole mostly avoids. Bakole catches Parker's left hook right hand. Catches on his high guard. That's the thing, is Bakole is just so experienced. He looks so... He just never looks bothered in there. Oh, Bakole just missed with a little combination there on the inside. Parker with a nice... a couple nice shots, couple nice right hands here, and they're exchanged on the inside. Bakole now walking Parker into a corner. The right hand downstairs. Parker avoids the right up top. Ooh, Parker catches Bakole with a nice little right hook on the inside and works Bakole out to the ropes. Bakole now walking Parker out to the corner, but Parker fires a right. Parker works his way off the ropes back into the center of the ring. Good uppercut by Bakole on the inside as Parker was moving Bakole back. There's a really interesting battle going on here for the center of the ring. And Bakole on the inside he is tough. He does a real good job of going around and then going underneath with the uppercut. Man, those uppercuts are quick. Bakole walking Parker down. Parker with a nice 1-2 as Bakole was coming in. And a nice right hand as Bakole was exiting off of the exchange there. Good job by Parker. Both of them overhand swinging rights. They both missed. Bakole just slipped. That was a delayed reaction, I think. Bakole is down. That was wild. It must have been an overhand right that Parker caught him with, and it was a delayed reaction. The referee's calling it. The referee calls it off. I don't even know what happened. It looked like they both swung right hands, and it looked like they both kind of missed. And Bakole was standing there for a second, then he just slipped and fell down. And he was able to get up, but he was not. His legs weren't totally there. And the referee calls it. Parker wins via second round knockout. Woo! That was, wow, wild stuff. You got to feel for Bakole because he was coming in on 2 days' notice. Sorry about that. That was an email. Why the hell do I have an email thing going here? Bakole coming in on 2 days' notice. You got to feel for him because to go out in the second round, you got to imagine potentially that, he would have been a better performance, without that short notice. But props to Parker, man, because Bakole was looking tricky in there for a little bit, but Parker caught him. I'm a little. The referee must have seen something in Bacole's eyes to stop the fight there, because Bakole did get up, and it's not like he was on inline skates. The ref, I guess, must have seen something. I don't know. But the ref stops it there in the second round, and that's a second round knockout for Parker. That's a bit of a shocker. I mean, not gonna lie, that's kind of a shocker. Second round. I mean, I know, 2 days notice, but still, Bakole was looking pretty good. Okay, yeah, I see it there. So Parker didn't get all of that overhand right. He just kind of clipped Bakole on the side of the forehead there, and little delayed reaction, and Bakole slips, and he just goes down big time. I mean, I have to think that the short notice must have affected him. But man, that overhand right, it clipped him, on the side of the forehead, kind of, I guess, not quite on the temple, right around there. And you see this delayed reaction, and Bakole totally loses his equilibrium and just falls flat on his back. I'd like to see a replay if they can get close up of Bakole once he got up to see that again. They showed the knockdown a couple times. I'd like to see what Bakole again looked like when he stood up, because he got up and then the referee referee called it. And now Joseph Parker getting some fist bumps from from Turkey and some of the royalty there on the sidelines. Parker, one of the most liked figures in boxing. Wow, wow, big win for Parker. Big win for Parker. You know, I think Bakole. In some ways, this may be good for Bakole in certain ways because he was avoided as a heavyweight. Maybe this emboldens other heavyweights to say, oh, okay, yeah, I could, his punch resistance isn't that good, whatever, I could take him out. So maybe this winds up opening more opportunities and more doors for Martin Bakole. He seems like a very likable boxer as well. So I hope that he gets another good shot at a nice payday. Because it's tough to come in on 2 days' notice. But you got to say, you're glad that you get the opportunity to get on this card. But yeah, hopefully he gets another good opportunity. And maybe more fighters will feel more bold to take him on now. Okay, well, we got the main event now coming up next. We got Artur Beterbiev versus Dmitry Bivol, the rematch. I've done a few videos on that. I've got my preview and prediction for that. Also, 5 reasons why the rematch is a different fight. Definitely a battle I'm excited for because these are the 2 very best boxers in the light heavyweight division, right? Sometimes you come at a time in boxing where there's a clear 2-headed dragon in a division. We got to that point not that long ago with the middleweight division, right? Because the 2-headed dragon in the middleweight division not that long ago was Canelo Alvarez and Gennady Golovkin. And we wound up, of course, getting that battle. Really, I mean, for a while, it was Gennady Golovkin was just the monarch of the middleweight division. And he was chasing Canelo and finally got the fight. But then I think after their first fight, you can then maybe say, okay, it's the 2. Okay, Parker now doing his post-fight interview. Yeah, Parker's giving props to Bakole. And, this is very interesting now. Do you have Parker versus Usyk? Usyk says he wants to fight Dubois. It seems like that might be the next fight. But, I know that the thing is, Usyk hasn't fought Parker. We saw Usyk versus Dubois, and I understand that Dubois has had some good wins since then, but it wasn't that long ago. And I get it. There was some controversy over that fight because of the borderline punch that that low blow. Sorry, it was a low blow. It was ruled a low blow. The low blow that was kind of close on the border, more or less, and some people saw it as they thought it was legal and that Dubois should have been awarded the stoppage victory. But Usyk was outboxing him a good amount of the time, and we haven't seen Usyk versus Parker. That would be nice to see. Parker saying he'll fight anyone, and I believe him. He's one of those fighters that, a lot of fighters say, "Oh, I'll take anybody, whoever I want to fight. I'll take anyone." Parker, you believe it. You believe he'll fight anyone. I mean, the fact that he took on Big Bang Zhang, he took on Deontay Wilder. Oh, he gave shout out to his family, mom and dad, his sister, and everything. So, yeah, easy to like Parker. Easy to like him. Happy for him. Bakole, hoping he should get another good opportunity, hopefully, because that was good sport coming in on 2 days' notice. All right, we got the big Beterbiev versus Bivol coming up now. Let me know in the comments who you have before this fight gets going, Beterbiev or Bivol. Do you have it by decision? Do you have it by stoppage? I've got, I put up a poll on my channel. Let me see. Put up a poll on the channel. We got actually over 1,600 votes on this for who would win versus Beterbiev versus Bivol. Yeah, 1,600 votes, and the results are pretty close. You've got 20% say that 20% Beterbiev via decision, 36% Beterbiev via KO or TKO, 39% Bivol via decision, and 5% Bivol via KO or TKO. So overall, we've got 56% who say that they think Beterbiev is going to win, and then we got 44% who say that Bivol is going to win. So that's, I mean, that sounds about right when you think about it. The fact that Beterbiev got the first fight, but it's still pretty close to a 50-50 for me, man. I thought Bivol fought an excellent first fight, and when I was watching live, I was like, Bivol might have won this. I think Bivol might have won. Yeah, and I picked Beterbiev to win the first fight, but when I watched live on DAZN Riyadh season, I thought Bivol would potentially get the win, but he didn't. And so I still think this fight is pretty close to 50-50. If you check out my Beterbiev vs. Bivol 2 preview and prediction, you'll see what I predicted there in the video. But long story short, basically, I've got I got Beterbiev via late stoppage. Okay. All right. Let's get this going. You got two totally different styles here, of course. Bivol, the Soviet maestro boxer, who's absolutely brilliant using the Soviet style. And then you've got Artur Beterbiev, who is a calculating pressure boxer, who just hands of steel, absolutely iron fists, arguably the heaviest hands in the sport, pound for pound. Maybe inarguably. And skilled pressure fighter who's clever and a good boxer and who has really an amazing amateur pedigree. One of the few guys who can ever say that they beat Alexander Usyk. Usyk, of course, beat Beterbiev, I think twice in the amateurs. Beterbiev was able to win once over Usyk, but any win over Alexander Usyk is applause. So we got a showdown here at 175 pounds. The two very best in the division, two-headed dragon here. They're heads and shoulders above the rest of the weight class. We'll see where David Benavidez ends up insofar as the rankings of the light heavyweights. He just had a very good win over David Morrell, and that was his second fight at light heavyweight. His first fight was against Alexander Vozdik, and that was his debut at light heavyweight. Vozdik, a former light heavyweight champion. That was I think a solid performance. Some people like to criticize it. I thought it was solid, and his last performance against David Morrell, even more impressive. Really impressive fight because Morrell, very avoided, absolutely excellent amateur who clearly with the eye test, extremely athletic, quite skilled, and Benavidez was just able to use his experience to outbox him, really. I mean, I loved Benavidez peeled the guard and would come around with the right hook. Beautiful thing. So, anyway, that's who is potentially on the horizon for the light heavyweight division. And no, I have to say that Callum Smith put in a strong performance against Buatsi earlier today. So Callum Smith is going to have something to say and say, hey, excuse me, I'm here too. I think Benavidez wants, whoever wins, Beterbiev versus Bivol. We'll see. If Bivol winds up winning tonight, you got to think that we're going to get a third fight out of that. We got a trilogy, Beterbiev Bivol trilogy. That's pretty exciting. If Beterbiev wins, then I think maybe we see Beterbiev versus Benavidez. Or does Benavidez potentially want to go against Callum Smith? That actually would be a fun fight. That'd be a fun fight. You get two lanky, long boxers who like to, fight on the inside, who have put up a lot of volume. That's actually Benavidez versus Smith. That's a fun fight. But we'll see. I think when it comes to Benavidez and the two-headed dragon here of Beterbiev and Bivol, I tend to think that Benavidez has a better shot against Bivol. Really, because I think Beterbiev is just not a good matchup for Benavidez. Because the thing is, Benavidez, one of the ways that he mitigates damage from boxers is that he uses a high guard. He kind of shells up, and he uses a kind of semi-inactive high guard. Sometimes he'll kind of pick off shots with the high guard, but a lot of times he'll just kind of shell up. The problem is that Beterbiev absolutely picks those apart. Because he uses these little shots to set up his big shots, go around the guard, up through it. And with those heavy hands, it's just... and the fact that Beterbiev is also a skilled boxer in his own right, that's going to be a serious problem for Benavidez. Bivol, Benavidez has the reach and has the hand speed and has the volume and, isn't going to be super worried about the artillery coming back from Bivol. Even though I think Bivol has underrated power, he's not a world beater. That's just not who he is. So I think Benavidez has a better shot against Bivol because he can, Benavidez, I think his skills are underrated, and he can use those skills. He can use his volume. He can use his speed. He could use his combinations, and I think make it an interesting fight against Bivol. Again, I think Beterbiev just a tough fight for Benavidez. Anyway, they're interviewing Turki Sheikh right now. We're waiting for this main event to get going and to kick off. Oh, they're now shouting out David Benavidez. Okay, Turki Sheikh now saying, come on, let's do Benavidez versus the winner of this main event, Beterbiev versus Bivol. That would be exciting. That's what I was just talking about before, of Benavidez versus Beterbiev and Benavidez versus Bivol. So Turki Sheikh seems like that's what he wants. That's what he's calling for. So that'd be exciting. That'd be fun. Callum Smith is going to say, excuse me, I just beat Buatsi. I just put in a good performance. I'm 34 years old. I would like a shot to make history myself. But, I do like Benavidez, man. That would be fun. Okay, well, they're still not made their ring walks yet. Showing a little more of promotional clips, getting ready for this main event, Beterbiev versus Bivol. Appreciate all you who are those of you who are hopped on the stream, and let me know who you have winning this fight. If you have Beterbiev or Bivol, and for bonus points, put in the method: decision, knockout. If you want to go, if you say knockout and you put in a specific round, even more. Now, what's interesting here, several things are interesting here, but some of the things I'm looking for. I'm looking to see how is Bivol approaching this fight. Because in the first fight, he started off really making good use of his jab and made a real concerted effort to counter Beterbiev's jab, and particularly with his own. Beterbiev kind of started to turn up the heat a little bit in the third and the fourth rounds, and we simultaneously saw Bivol's jab numbers decrease. So I'm wondering, is Bivol going to go back to the jab and try and stay consistent and frequent with it? Because it did have some success in that first fight. Or is Bivol going to be a little bit more aggressive here? He talked about getting revenge. He talked about needing to throw more punches. It could mean that just, there were stretches in that first fight when Bivol was covered up and not throwing. And it doesn't look good to the judges. And, Beterbiev was, doing his little touch shots and hitting the guard. And while Beterbiev wasn't landing a ton of really clean shots, Bivol was still the one who was kind of covering up and moving around. And so maybe that's what he means, is that I'm just not going to do that nearly as much. I'm going to make sure I keep my hands moving, but otherwise keep the other stuff the same. That would be more of a slight adjustment, and I think a good adjustment. Or is Bivol saying, screw it, I'm going for broke in this fight. I'm going to be more aggressive and, try and get the stoppage. I think that he doesn't need to do a lot different. I mean, it's tough because that first fight he performed so well, and he was able to walk the tightrope, so to speak, and get across to the other side. And I thought by the end of the fight, I was like, he might get the decision. He didn't get it, but it was a majority decision, so it was close still. Now, Beterbiev, on the other hand, now this is actually where it works out a little bit better for Beterbiev. While I think Bivol only has to make slight adjustments, I think that he performed pretty close to his apex. Beterbiev, on the other hand, I thought his performance, it was good, not great. Bivol, I thought his performance was great. Beterbiev's performance, I thought was good, but I think that means he's got more room for improvement in this fight. And I think if he goes to the body more often and earlier in the fight, that can be a real issue for Bivol. And while I said that, I think Bivol reached closer to his apex performance, that doesn't mean that I'm saying, Beterbiev didn't fight well, or he shouldn't have got the decision. I'm saying that, well, for one thing, perhaps Beterbiev, his knee, maybe he was still kind of getting over the knee surgery, the torn meniscus, and and also that could have affected his cardio, his road work going into the fight. So he might not have been in tip-top shape for that fight. For this fight, 4 months later, we might see an even sharper Beterbiev, and Beterbiev who is more willing and able to go to the body and bend those knees and use more level changes. That would be a problem for Bivol. But we'll see. If Beterbiev was actually, more or less okay, where he, his knee felt it fine, then we could just see more of the same in this fight. We got Sean Porter, Anthony Joshua, and then I don't know who that guy on the left is. Talking. We're still waiting for the ring walks to come. Beterbiev also, by the way, turned 40 recently. We'll see about the age thing, because when fighters at their 40s, it can be a pretty sudden drop-off with age. Beterbiev, however, not a guy who's partying and doing the Tyson Fury, where he's, with the drinking and the drugs and whatnot. Beterbiev appears to live a rather clean life and keeps himself in top physical shape. So I think that means that, he could stave off Father Time a little longer. I think his decline age-wise is going to be just, more gradual. Hopefully he doesn't have a real drop-off. I don't anticipate it, but you can't rule it out once you get into your 40s. And also with the thing is also Bivol's style is not quite as friendly for his age. Bivol's 34, but Bivol I think has a couple more years of being at a top level. But Bivol's style, much more movement involved, much more footwork. Not much more, but much more movement on the outside. Beterbiev involves a good deal of footwork, but it's more so cutting off the ring, shifting stances. Bivol more so lateral movement, working the outside, linear movement in and out. That I think is a little tougher to maintain as you get older. Whereas I think Beterbiev more so has Beterbiev doesn't have to have that super quick feet. He has to have smart feet, and he has that. They're showing the little trailer now for the Beterbiev versus Bivol fight there that we saw before with the symphony, right? And let's get to it, people. I'm excited. I'm ready to go for this fight. By the way, if you're up and on, appreciate it. I just got off work not very long ago, so just wanted to get a little bit of time in here commentating. But man, I'm ready. I'm ready for this. Ready for a goddamn sandwich, but I will wait. Oh, it was Padley, right? Of course, not Padley. Okay. All right. Well, let me know who you got. Who you got winning? I got Beterbiev by late stoppage, but let's see. I wouldn't be surprised at all if it goes to the cards. Of course, both of these boxers are very skilled and durable. But the reason I'm giving the edge to Artur potentially getting the stoppage late is because I'm suspecting potentially that his knee may be a bit better because he was fighting a handful of months after having surgery to repair a torn meniscus. So now 4 months after that fight, perhaps his knee I think is maybe back to being at its best, which could allow him to potentially bend down low and go more to the body, which I thought was something that if he did more of that, especially earlier in the fight, that could have really paid dividends against Bivol, because that stood out to me in the 11th round, was that he was going to the body. Beterbiev was going to Bivol's body, and I was like, oh my God, those shots are, and when he goes to the body, it sets up the shots upstairs. So he does more of that earlier on in the fight. I think that'll be a big help to him. And if his knee is, really doing, back to tip-top shape, it might be easier for him to bend down to get those shots. Also, the knee being better allows him, I think, to do more of those level changes. We saw him do some level changes, but also they were kind of shallow in that first fight. When we saw him do those level changes, it was like very shallow. I think I used to see him do, kind of more deep level changes, which, more convincing. So I think there's several things that could be affected by his knee if it's doing better for this fight. Also, the knee being part of the kinetic chain, I think potentially allows him to put more power on those punches as he throws. And then the other aspect of this is that if Bivol, and this is more speculative, but if Bivol takes more chances, more risks, if he adopts a more risky strategy for this fight, yes, it could maybe up the chances of him getting a stoppage, but it also ups the opportunities for Beterbiev to counter him. And Beterbiev is a good counterpuncher. He doesn't always use it because he's on the attack a lot of the times. He's cutting off the ring. He's putting up volume. But we've seen him land some nice counter shots, so don't underestimate him as a counterpuncher. You got Beterbiev by KO. Best chance for Bivol was the previous one. Yeah. I suspect that that the last fight may have been Bivol's best shot with Beterbiev coming off that knee surgery. And now, less time, only a 4-month interval between fights, that could help Beterbiev, as far as, rust is concerned, and yeah, so we'll see. All right, you're on the books. Bivol just made his way to the ring. Made his way to the ring pretty quickly. No nonsense. Looking focused. Okay, we're getting close. We're getting close. Bivol made his way to the ring. Let's see Beterbiev. I'm, like I said, very interested to see how how the first round goes. In particular, I'm one thing I'm looking to see. Does Beterbiev do more level changes? Does Beterbiev go to the body more? And for Bivol, I want to see, like I said, is he going to be throwing more punches? That's something I'm kind of looking to see a little bit. Oh, wow. Sorry. Fan zone poll on DAZN. They've got, for who will win, 61% Bivol, 39% Beterbiev. That's kind of a shock for me. 61-39. Fan poll, fan zone DAZN poll has Bivol winning. Interesting. Okay. We'll see. So yeah, like I said, I'm looking to see will Beterbiev do more level changes, deeper level changes? Is he going to go to the body earlier and more frequently? For Bivol, I want to see if he's going to maintain his jab, keep that jab activity up, because his jab was really working well for him in the first 3 rounds of their first fight. His jab activity kind of went down after that, and round 4 we saw Beterbiev start to bully Bivol a bit, and and Beterbiev in the latter part of the fight really kind of started to take over. So I think that the two are connected. Bivol's got to keep that jab up, keep it going, but we'll also see if Beterbiev is going to be quick on the trigger to countering those jabs, because he does have some good jab counters, and going over the top of the right is a particularly dangerous one for Bivol, especially because Bivol has the tendency to use a low guard. He does a long guard, he does a low guard, he'll do a high guard, and but the thing is that in the first fight he was doing a lot of high guard. It was very different for Bivol. We usually see him with the low guard or long guard, but he did a lot of high guard, and I think it was because he has a lot of respect for Beterbiev's power, and he's not looking to get caught with his hands low. But there were several times in that first fight where it seemed like his habit kind of kicked in and got the better of him. That there were a couple times when they were on the inside, or they were close in close range, and Bivol moved away, and his lead hand kind of came down, and Beterbiev caught him with a little shot as he was backing away, and his lead hand went down. So, so those little habits can cause real problems for you if you don't, if you're not on your P's and Q's. All right, we got Michael Buffer doing the announcements. Very excited for this fight. These are the ladies and gentlemen, these are the 2 very best light heavyweights that we have. It's a 2-headed dragon division at this moment. I know Benavidez is on the come up, on the rise. Just had a great performance against Morel. But that's only a second fight in the light heavyweight division. It's these 2 at the very top, and a significant chasm between the rest, at least at the moment. We'll see if Benavidez can actually, prove that he's among the elite. And then Callum Smith put in a good performance against Buatsi, but no, it's these 2 right now that we're about to see. They're the best in the world, and both of them really are, really up there insofar as just, I don't know, I think in terms of great light heavyweights, you can make an argument for each of them as being real, best of their era kind of light heavyweights. I think the prior one we had, it was kind of Kovalev and Ward, right? Kovalev certainly had his reign of terror. Ward, his best weight was super middleweight. Ward was just incredible super middleweight, and he moved up to light heavyweight, and he fought a few fights at light heavyweight. Had a nice win over Sullivan Barrera. He had a couple fights at light heavyweight. And 2 of them, were against Kovalev. That first one against Kovalev was, very close fight. I had Kovalev winning when I watched that fight, and I scored it. But then the rematch, Ward beat his ass. proved that greatness once again. So Enigma, Beterbiev is usually a slow starter. Maybe it's not on their levels. Yeah, no, I agree with you, Enigma. It's there's a significant chasm between these two and the rest of the division. Benavidez has to prove it. You know, he's only had 2 fights at light heavyweight, and for someone named the Monster, you know, neither of those fights were stoppages. I will say, I think that Benavidez has not really brought his power up to light heavyweight, and it's possible his power may have been a little bit over exaggerated. But I think at light heavyweight, you know, he's definitely not a one punch guy. He's an accumulation. He's a volume puncher. It's really in some ways more speed that gets you when it comes to Benavidez than power. I think, it's funny. I love Jim Lampley. I'm a big Jim Lampley and Max Kellerman fan, but Lampley has talked so much about Benavidez's power and how monstrous it is, and maybe he has more insight because been to the fights and hearing it, and a lot of times listening to power punchers that can really help you understand just how powerful they are. But he's talking about his power in like historic terms, and I don't see that with Benavidez. I think he's got good power, not great power, but his volume and his speed is a problem. I had Kovalev winning that first fight. We got the stare down here between between Beterbiev and Bivol. Cold stare down where Beterbiev was looking at Bivol's chest. Nothing too much there, but we're getting ready to go, people. This is very exciting. I was just yapping, and now we're ready to start. Here we go. All right, we start off with a couple of jabs from Beterbiev, blocked by Bivol. Bivol returns a jab. Nothing. Beterbiev moving forward. Bivol moving laterally. Bivol with a nice double jab as Beterbiev is coming forward here. And Bivol with a good jab. Beterbiev jab upstairs, jab downstairs. Real battle for the center of the ring here. Bivol with a nice jab and takes the center of the ring. Yeah, okay, Bivol is standing a little, he's looking a little jittery, but he's in the center of the ring. Good sharp jab by Bivol. Beterbiev then gets to the ropes, and Beterbiev moves forward with a double jab and reclaims the center of the ring. But it does, at least in the very, very early stages, early seconds, it looks like Bivol may be a little more intent on anchoring himself and fighting for the center of the ring. And Bivol using his jab. Nothing, though. Beterbiev with a little right hand to the body. It's a good sign for Beterbiev if he goes to the body more. And Beterbiev with a nice little jab upstairs and downstairs. Bivol with a good jab to the body. Beterbiev returns a jab to the body. Both of them kind of, exchanging jabs, nothing landing real clean. Beterbiev with a little right hook to the body. Beterbiev with another jab upstairs, jab downstairs. Beterbiev again with a jab upstairs, jab downstairs. I'm looking to see if he does that jab upstairs, jab downstairs. I wonder if he's going to come over the top of the right hand after that. He might be setting that up. Beterbiev again with the jab. Oh, Bivol with a little combination where he lands a right hook around the guard on Beterbiev. Beterbiev with a double jab right hand coming forward. That double jab right hand was a real, that became a good weapon, a good setup for Beterbiev in the first fight. I think the thing is that Beterbiev, when he does the single jabs, Bivol can usually do a good job of avoiding those and countering those. When Beterbiev does a double jab, nice little 1-2 by Bivol here. And another jab by Bivol. Bivol with a good left hook around the guard of Beterbiev. Beterbiev coming forward now. Bivol moving on the outside. Beterbiev another right to the body. Bivol jabbing upstairs. Beterbiev now has Bivol moving around the perimeter, and Bivol turns around and throws a right hand. But Beterbiev did land a right hand before that, and Beterbiev with another straight right to the body. Beterbiev clearly going to the body more early on in the first round. Beterbiev seemed to make a real conscious effort to throw some right hands to the body and some jabs to the body. He did jab to the body in the first fight as well, but more right hands to the body here in the first round. And Bivol seemed to make an adjustment where he seemed to be more intent on trying to hold the center of the ring, and he did that fairly well for a while. And then towards the end of the round, it seemed like Beterbiev started to come on and make Bivol move laterally around the outside. Pretty competitive round though. Competitive, definitely. A lot of these rounds getting competitive. But yeah, that was a good strong round. I don't know. I guess who do you give the first round to? It was tough. I don't know. That was a toss up that first round. I have to. But let's see how this second round goes now. Beterbiev comes out. Beterbiev coming forward. Bivol trying to shoot out that jab. Good counter jab by Bivol. Beterbiev moving forward. Beterbiev with a 1-2. Bivol with a 1-2 back. Beterbiev blocks it. Beterbiev now. Beterbiev coming forward. Bivol, is backing up there. Bivol starting to give up more ground now. And starting to, Bivol moving around the outside. Popping a combination there. But it seems like Beterbiev has kind of reestablished his command of the center of the ring here. I know Bivol was trying to really hold the center of the ring in the first round, but in the second round here, he's giving up more ground as Beterbiev comes forward. He's not quite as intent on holding the center of the ring. Beterbiev coming forward with a couple with a double jab and a right hand with Bivol on the ropes. Bivol with a nice counter as Beterbiev came forward. Bivol with a nice 1-2 to the body and a good little combination upstairs that Beterbiev catches on his guard. Beterbiev comes forward with a jab. Bivol with a nice counter jab. Another counter jab by Bivol. Oh, another good jab by Beterbiev. Good jab to the body by Bivol. Ooh, good counter right. Good counter straight right by Bivol. Yeah, Bivol's, again, his quickness is a good advantage that he has, and it's showing here so far, showing pretty well in the fight. And let's see if Beterbiev goes back to the body. I'm not seeing a lot of focus on the body now here in the second round. Good little counter right, though, by Beterbiev there. Bivol comes forward with some jabs. Bivol throwing a nice combination that Beterbiev catches on his guard. Ooh, good right hand to the body by Beterbiev. Right hook. This fight, I will say, it's more action here early on. It seems like the pace is a little higher in this early here in this round in this fight. Ooh, good counter jab to the body by Bivol. Beterbiev is kind of working his way forward. Bivol with a good little counter jab. Ooh, the exchange along the inside. All right, I think that second round, I think you give Bivol that second round. Yeah, I think Bivol definitely got that second round. First round, could have gone either way. Good stuff, though. This is the little higher octane here in this second fight. It seems like they're more, I guess it's always more comfortable with each other now. So we're seeing, I think, a little more activity. Ooh, it was a nice, good show replay of this nice counter right that Bivol landed. And he did that in the first fight, too, where he would parry the jab and then counter with a good sharp cross. All right. Well, let's see. Round 3. Like I said, in the first round, in the first fight, first 3 rounds, were Bivol's. And Beterbiev comes out a little more aggressive here at the start of the 3rd round, throwing some right hands to the body and right hands upstairs. Beterbiev using a double jab. Mannix gave the first 2 rounds to Bivol. I wouldn't argue. But Beterbiev showing a little bit more of an aggressive posture here in this 3rd round. Bivol hasn't thrown much so far in the first, 40 seconds. Nice little 1-2 to the body there by Bivol. And a good counter right upstairs by Bivol. Beterbiev using the double jab coming forward. And Bivol whips a combination. Beterbiev with a right hook that Bivol catches on the guard. Bivol's in the corner there, but makes his way out using some nice lateral movement. Yep, Bivol moving on the out. Ooh, hard right hand that Bivol caught on his guard, and then Bivol came back with a combination that Beterbiev caught on his guard. And a good straight right to the body by Beterbiev. Beterbiev's now jabbed Bivol into the corner. Bivol works his way out of the corner. Now we're seeing again, Bivol is circling the outside, but we're seeing effective work by Bivol. And he's doing a good job of not letting himself get caught in the corner. And Beterbiev working his way forward. Bivol circling the outside. Nice combination here by Bivol. Ooh, nice combination, and Bivol finishes it with a little uppercut through the middle that landed. Bivol's now kind of taken over this round with some of his activity. Now Beterbiev throwing a couple right hands that Bivol catches. The thing is, Beterbiev started off this round, real aggressive, and but Bivol has taken over kind of the middle of the round. Beterbiev throws a few right hands that Bivol catches on the guard. Bivol throws a nice little combination. Most of it didn't land, but he did land 2 shots. Ooh, heavy right hook by Beterbiev that looked like Bivol partially blocked, but my God, it looked heavy. And now it looks like Bivol might be hurt. But he's throwing. Bivol's throwing back at Beterbiev. They're both throwing at each other, exchanging. Oh my God. And now they're on the inside. And Beterbiev was swatting Bivol on the inside there. Oh, Dirk Yalashek standing up and clapping. That was, okay, exciting exchange. You know what's so funny? What's so funny is at the end of the 3rd round of the first fight, we got a real, fiery exchange from the 2 of these guys. The end of the 3rd round of the first fight. We just got that at the end of the 3rd round in this fight too. But I think it was kicked off by Beterbiev launching this heavy right hook. It's funny. It's like he just decided, you know what? I'm going to throw this right hook hard. And Bivol, I think, partially blocked it. Let's see if they show a replay. Bivol is nice 1-2 to the body. Beterbiev threw this huge right hook that Bivol blocked. But it looked like it still hurt him. Or not hurt him, but like it was, I don't know, it impacted. He felt it. No, they didn't show a replay of that hook. Tough. I might give that round to Bivol as well. But the end of the round, the very end of the round, Beterbiev came on strong. So he may have stole it in some judges' eyes, but we'll see. Beterbiev coming on strong at the start of the 4th round here. And this is what happened in the first fight too. Beterbiev had a strong round 4 in their first fight as well. Let's see. He's coming forward, right hand to the body. Beterbiev with a jab to the body. Beterbiev coming forward, the right hand upstairs that Bivol blocks. Bivol, throws out a couple rangefinder jabs, trying to reestablish some kind of distance. Now the 2 of them here at medium range. Bivol throwing a few jabs out there. But Beterbiev started round 4 very strong. And now Beterbiev coming forward again. Bivol you know, caught a couple shots on his guard and then worked his way around back to the center. Man, they're both so skilled. You see, it's hard for you. Oof. Beterbiev with that double jab right hand, and Bivol's blocking it, but that's a good. That double jab right is a good foundational combination for Beterbiev to set up his shots. And Beterbiev now with a nice little combination that Bivol mostly blocked. Good jab by Beterbiev. Beterbiev with the jab to the body. Bivol with a counter jab. Beterbiev, he did the jab downstairs and the right hand up top. Bivol blocked it. But I was curious to see if he was going to use that as a jab downstairs to set up the cross upstairs. Bivol now coming forward with a couple shots. Beterbiev with a left hook to the body. And now comes up around with a right hook, but Bivol blocks it. But Bivol now taking a more defensive stance here. I got to tell you, Beterbiev is looking more energetic. He looks like he's just able to move. I don't know. He looks more energetic in this fight. I do think Bivol got the first two, maybe the first 3 rounds. Probably the first 3 rounds, I think. This round is clearly Beterbiev's. This is a clear Beterbiev round. And it's funny because it's kind of mirroring the first fight. The first fight, first 3 rounds are Bivol. Round 4, Beterbiev started to bully Bivol. And that's what we 30, about less than 30 seconds left in this round 4. Bivol kind of reestablished a little bit of control here. Oh, good double jab and then a right hand that Beterbiev landed, but Bivol seemed to take it very well. A good counter jab by Beterbiev. Oh, Bivol landed a sharp jab on Beterbiev as he came in, but Beterbiev seems unbothered, keeps coming forward. Bivol, good end of that round. Bivol was able to do a good job at the end of that round, but that was a clear Beterbiev round. And it's so funny how it mirrors the first fight. First 3 rounds were Bivol in the first fight. 4th round, Beterbiev started to bully him. That's what we saw in this round. But the difference is Beterbiev, I don't know, something about his combinations look quicker. He looks a little more explosive. I don't know. Beterbiev, he looked a little more explosive in this fight, and dare I say, Beterbiev looks a little more dangerous in this fight than he did in the first fight. That's a wild thing to say. I understand that's a wild thing to say, but he looks a little more explosive in this fight than he did in the first fight. I don't know, maybe that's just in my head, but that's how it looks to me. And maybe that has to do with the knee. Maybe it has to do with the proximity, the fact that he's not as rusty coming off of a long layoff, although he's been kind of used to that in his career. Beterbiev comes forward with a double jab right hook here to start the 5th. And Bivol, on the outside here. Okay, so Mannix gave the first 2 rounds to Bivol and has given 3 and 4 to Beterbiev. I think 3 could be Beterbiev, could be Bivol. But he's got it 38-38. But yeah, round 4 was certainly Beterbiev's. And Beterbiev starting this round well. Starting round 5 nicely. The Bivol is, works the outside. Good jab by Beterbiev. Beterbiev starting to get Bivol in the corner. Bivol works his way out of the corner. Beterbiev comes forward. Oh, back to the body. Right hook to the body. Left hook to the body. We're seeing some more body work here by Beterbiev. Not a ton more, but we are seeing more body work by Beterbiev here in this fight, and I think it's making a difference. I know it's early, but man, I in the first fight, maybe there was 1 left hook to the body that Beterbiev threw, and I've seen a couple so far. In less than 5 rounds, I've seen a few from Beterbiev. I remember 1 or 2 in the first fight. Okay, now back in the center of the ring here. Bivol seems to have calmed things down a little bit. And now Bivol has the center of the ring. Now Beterbiev kind of comes forward with his lunging jab. And we got a little bit of a jab battle here. Beterbiev using that double jab right hand. Beterbiev cutting off the ring. Bivol on the ropes, works his way off the ropes. Bivol doing some counter jabs. Ooh! Bivol landed a good right hand. It looked like Beterbiev may have landed a right hand as well, but Bivol's looked sharp. Yep, jab to the body by Beterbiev. Beterbiev swings a right hook. Bivol avoids it. Bivol with a nice cross to the body. Beterbiev coming forward with some ones and twos. Ooh, good cross by Beterbiev that knocked Bivol's head back. And now Beterbiev on the attack. Another left hook to the body there by Beterbiev. A right. Oh my goodness. Okay. I mean, Bivol looks okay, but maybe not. Beterbiev is starting to rally. Bivol is a high guard. But this, I'm telling you, this fight has a different, there's a different feel. I'm just saying, I said it before, Beterbiev looks a little more explosive in this fight. A little more explosive. Bivol looks really good. We're seeing some good work from Bivol, but I'm telling you, Beterbiev looks more explosive, a little more dangerous in this fight. And we've seen him land a nice, some clean right hands here in this round, high up on the head, so not on the button. And Bivol had a nice sharp right hand there that they're showing a replay of as well. Can't discount that. But I think that round was a Beterbiev round. I think you got to give that round to Beterbiev. Ooh, yeah. Good cross there. All right, we're getting ready for round 6. It could go either way, this fight. Still, it can go either way. But like I said, I picked Beterbiev by late stoppage. I'm not going to move off that. We'll see, though. Bivol's landed some good clean shots, and Beterbiev doing a nicer job mixing upstairs and downstairs with his shots, particularly that cross downstairs. And it looks like punches landed in round 5. Beterbiev had the clear advantage in 21-11, and 76 thrown punches by Beterbiev, 31 thrown punches by Bivol. Yeah, round 5 was clearly Beterbiev's round, as I said. We're seeing again. I'm telling you, we're seeing Beterbiev is just more taking a bit more of an aggressive stance. Bivol works his way back to the center of the ring, using his jab. Ooh, Bivol with a nice little combination as Beterbiev tried to go down low. Beterbiev with a double jab, right hand up top, and Bivol blocks it. Now they're battling for the center of the ring here. And Beterbiev is coming forward. We're seeing jabs. Beterbiev with an overhand right that Bivol blocks. Bivol with a nice little feint, the jab, and then came around with a left hook. A nice little combination there by Bivol where his cross at the end of it seemed to pierce Beterbiev's guard. But Beterbiev coming forward again. The jab, the right, the cross. Beterbiev moving forward. Bivol throws a 1-2. But now Beterbiev has him against the ropes. But Bivol moves off it pretty quickly. A right hand that Bivol blocks. Another right that Bivol blocks. But Beterbiev is, good straight right to the body by Beterbiev and a left hook upstairs. Beterbiev putting his punches together nicely. Bivol throws a combination and he pierces Beterbiev's guard with the cross at the end there. But Beterbiev just doesn't seem to be bothered by these punches. Oh, good. They were exchanging the inside there, and Bivol landed a nice cross as they were breaking off. But again, it just doesn't seem like Bivol's punches are bothering Beterbiev that much. Good stiff jab by Bivol. And a good cross to the body by Bivol. Backs Beterbiev up for a second, but now Beterbiev coming forward. Oh, they both exchange. Beterbiev lands a good right hand, though. And now he's going. They're on the inside. And tussling here, ref's going to break him up. I'm telling you, Beterbiev's landing more clean shots in this fight than he did in the first one. I think it's because he's a little more explosive. I suspect it has to do with his knee being a little bit better, but he is landing more shots, more clean shots in this fight than he did in the first one. And I do not like, I mean, Bivol has a focused look on his face, but a little bit of a 1,000-yard stare as well. Beterbiev, just good replay here of him going downstairs to the body and then up top, finished it off with a jab that landed clean. Good cross on the end of that combination by Bivol as they were breaking off, but Beterbiev just took it and just didn't care. But there was a good right hand. They're showing a clean right during an exchange that Beterbiev landed as he was doing a nice job taking his head off the center line. And he landed that right on Bivol. All right, we're here now for, again, I give that last round to Beterbiev. Now we're in round 7. Last 3 rounds at least I give to Beterbiev. And Mannix gave the last 4 rounds to Beterbiev. Yeah, I would say maybe the first 3 rounds go to Bivol and the last 3 rounds go to Beterbiev. So I might have it. I might have it level. But good jab by Beterbiev. Beterbiev working his way forward. Bivol kind of backing him off now, coming back to the center of the ring. Good jab to the body by Bivol. Good work by Bivol there. Beterbiev moves on the outside. They're exchanging jabs here in the center of the ring. Beterbiev coming forward. Bivol kind of moves him off. Beterbiev still working his way forward using that double jab right hand that Bivol blocks. Bivol working, moving on the outside now with that high guard. Bivol with a couple clean shots, a couple clean straights. Beterbiev coming forward, using the jab, changing levels a little bit. Double jab by Bivol. Yeah, man, this is okay. So they're both Beterbiev doing a little bit of lead hand work, kind of up and down to try and throw Bivol off balance. I gotta say, Bivol, he just doesn't look comfortable, and now he's doing a little better trying to get to the center of the ring here. But Beterbiev's doing a nice job just throwing him off his rhythm. Beterbiev doing a nice job move. Oh, Beterbiev almost caught him with a nice slip and a screw jab, or no, spear jab. Sorry. Beterbiev came forward with a little combination. Bivol backed up and responded. Good cross on the end of that exchange by Bivol. Beterbiev moving forward. Bivol with his guard up. Beterbiev throwing right hands. Bivol catching him on his guard. Bivol with a few nice jabs. Okay, oh. All right, more competitive round. Bit more competitive that round. I still would edge it to. I'd still edge that round to Beterbiev. I think he's doing a. The fight is more at his wavelength. It's more at his pace. He's controlling more. He's doing some more to throw off Bivol's rhythm, and that round a little competitive. What do you think about that one? It could have, bit of a toss up around that one. Beterbiev the geometry is now working better for Beterbiev. Bivol seemed to be like he wanted to maintain the center of the ring more, starting around 1, and Beterbiev has moved him off of that game plan. Okay, we're at the start of round 8 here. Bivol, the nice jab downstairs. Good counter jab again by Bivol. Bivol doing a good right hand to the body by Beterbiev. Bivol moving laterally. Nice little quick combo there. Beterbiev using that double jab cross that Bivol catches. Beterbiev working his way forward. Some level changes. Bivol with a jab. Yeah, we're seeing... I'm not... well, there was a few nice little combinations there by Bivol at the start round. Good double jab right hand by Bivol. Through 7 rounds, jabs landed 29 to 57 in Bivol's favor. Jabs thrown, though Beterbiev's thrown more jabs. Okay, good. I think some better work here by Bivol in this round. Yeah, there's a better round by Bivol so far. And he's getting a little more comfortable, a little more loose. Bivol a little bit square here. He's kind of squared up as he's moving laterally. And a nice little combination there. Beterbiev gets blocked, gets his double jab right hand blocked again. Bivol using that jab. Bivol with a nice jab left hook around Beterbiev's guard. And Beterbiev responds with a jab left hook. Now Beterbiev does it again. Beterbiev's like, oh, I can use that combination. Good, okay, coming forward. Beterbiev coming forward, jab to the body. We're seeing another jab to the body by Beterbiev. Bivol responds to the jab upstairs and then a right hand to the body. Ooh, Beterbiev nearly lands a right upstairs. Bivol lands. Now Beterbiev lands a cross upstairs. All right, that was a good round. That was a strong round for Bivol. I think you give Bivol that round. All right, well, let's see. In the first fight, Bivol, the 9th round, was a big comeback round for Bivol. This wasn't quite as dominant as that round was. That was a dominant round for Bivol, the 9th round of the first fight. But this 8th round here was definitely a comeback round for Bivol. The round before this was more competitive, but this round it looked to me like Bivol won this round. Last round, more competitive, but then the rounds before that, Beterbiev was taking over. We're seeing some marks here on Beterbiev's face. Let's see what Bivol's face looks like. All right, we're in round 9 here. Bivol looks like he's got a little more energy now on his feet, but Beterbiev throws a little combination, lands something to the body. Bivol responds upstairs that Beterbiev catches on his guard. Right, Mannix gave the last 2 rounds to Bivol. So it's level on his card. I would potentially also have it level with 2 of our rounds switched, but still level. Bivol with the jab to the body, jab upstairs. Beterbiev now moving around the perimeter, and Bivol has the center of the ring. Beterbiev with a right hand downstairs. Beterbiev jabbing, moving his way forward. Beterbiev with the jab to the body, moving forward. Bivol squared up, kind of ready to move either way laterally as Beterbiev walks him to the ropes. Bivol comes forward with a jab, Beterbiev slips. Both of them kind of throw right hands and miss. And Bivol comes back with a combination and pierces Beterbiev's guard with the cross. Good jab by Bivol. Beterbiev perhaps a little tired. I'll say that. His offensive output doesn't look as robust as it did in rounds 4, 5, 6. Ooh, good counter jab by Bivol. Bivol coming forward. Beterbiev counters, but Bivol counters again. Good counter left hook by Bivol. Bivol having a nice round here, putting together some punches. Beterbiev with a little counter right hand. And now Beterbiev has Bivol against the ropes. Bivol circling the outside. Yeah, Bivol looks like rejuvenated. He's got his legs look way fresher than they did before. Bivol moving around. Crowd chanting Bivol. Beterbiev coming forward. Beterbiev with a right to the body. And a right hand upstairs by Beterbiev that Bivol blocks. Clearly a Bivol round. Again, round 9. Good round for Bivol in the first. Great round for Bivol in the first fight. Very good round for Bivol in this fight. We're seeing momentum shift here. The question is now, will Artur be able to take back the momentum here in round 10, and especially in the championship rounds? He was able to take back the momentum after Bivol had a great round 9 in their first fight. Can he do it again here? Bivol had a little bit of a surge of energy, it seemed. Beterbiev seemed a little tired. Let's see how the conditioning works out here as we get to rounds 10, 11, and 12. We're in the last quarter of the fight here. All right, round 10. Very interesting fight. Couple shifts, swings, and momentum. Beterbiev coming out a little more aggressive here at the start of the 10th, which was similar to the last fight. Beterbiev coming forward, jab to the body. Beterbiev throwing a little combination upstairs, ends with one downstairs. Bivol coming back forward. A little more energy from Beterbiev in this round so far. A little jab downstairs. Beterbiev kind of using that jab left hook. I'm curious to see if he uses the jab left hook. He usually like to follow that up with the cross. Use that hook to kind of set up the cross up the middle, or maybe an uppercut. Haven't really seen that. Beterbiev sometimes. Good counter cross by Bivol as Beterbiev was coming in. Beterbiev with a right to the body. Bivol moving. Beterbiev comes forward with a combination. Bivol kind of catches on his guard and moves around. Bivol does a nice job avoiding Beterbiev's right hand by deflecting it with his shoulder. That's the thing, is we're also not seeing quite as much to the body now anymore by Beterbiev. He was doing a good jab to the body by Beterbiev. Bivol comes back with a nice combination. Bivol's doing a nice job of responding to Beterbiev's shots with three. Beterbiev with one shot, Bivol responds with 3 or 4. Beterbiev with 2 punches, he responds with 4 or 5. Beterbiev coming forward. Beterbiev coming forward again. Jab to the body. Beterbiev with a right hand to the body. Avoids Bivol's counter. It seems like Bivol's doing a nice job taking Beterbiev's power better at this point. Ooh, good clean power jab by Beterbiev. But Bivol takes it well. Ooh, Bivol comes back at the end of the round. Coming forward with a combination. Wow. All right. I think that was another, a little more competitive that round, but I think you give it to Bivol. Very interesting. Very interesting. This is, oh man, these two are so good. Man, amazing stuff. Amazing stuff. I'm amazed at Bivol's energy level. In fact, his stamina. His stamina is so good, and he it was a good clean jab there that power jab that Beterbiev landed. Bivol took well. All right, we're in the championship rounds. Beterbiev had really good championship rounds in the first fight. Let's see what happens here. Bivol right now has the momentum, clearly. Beterbiev coming forward. Bivol doing a nice job using his jab and his lead hand to kind of move Beterbiev off course. Good cross to the body by Beterbiev. Bivol, nice counter. Bivol, good jab. Beterbiev with a right hand around that kind of partially landed. Bivol responded with a couple shots. Beterbiev with a nice lunging jab that lands. Bivol takes it well. Good double jab right hand by Beterbiev. Beterbiev moving Bivol to the ropes. Good combination there by Beterbiev. Finishes to the body, but not much. Now they break up. Beterbiev doing a little bit better of a job here of getting his offense going. Good cross to the body there by Bivol. Beterbiev with a right to the body. Bivol with a combination. He finishes it with a left uppercut that lands. And a nice counter cross again by Bivol there. Good jab to the body. Beterbiev with a right hook, and Bivol blocked it and then responded with a combination. It seems every time Beterbiev does that, where he throws, overhand right, Bivol responds with a combination after blocking it. Good jabs by Bivol. Good counter cross. Another cross. Good jab by Beterbiev. Not much happening right now. Bivol with a cross downstairs. Good little combination by Bivol. Beterbiev coming forward. Bivol just throwing as they're on the inside. And Beterbiev landed something, though. But Bivol looks okay. And good counter right hand by Bivol. Beterbiev comes forward. They both throw. Both throwing here. And now they're clinching. And that's the end of the round. Oof. Good action. Some good action there. Good round. And I think Bivol would... I give Bivol that round. Good round by Bivol. I have Bivol up on my card, man. My little mental card here. I might have Bivol up by a couple rounds. Let's see. Now we got the 12th and final round here, people. This is big time. #12th and final round coming up, and I think Bivol is up on the cards. To be fair, I thought Bivol was up on the cards in the first fight as well. This one, though, seems, I don't know. We'll see. Round 12. Let's see what they got. Okay, Beterbiev coming forward. Bivol circling on the outside. Good cross to the body by Beterbiev. Bivol with a nice little counter 1-2. Beterbiev blocks it. Bivol, the little combination there. Beterbiev blocks. Bivol's hands are still fast. Still fast here in the 12th round. Man, his stamina is something else. Both of them, their stamina. But Bivol just looks so fresh. Good little combination by Beterbiev as he's coming forward. Beterbiev coming forward. Bivol blocking some of these shots. Beterbiev with a little right around the guard. Bivol working his jab a little bit here. Beterbiev working his jab. We're hearing some Bivol chants in the crowd. Beterbiev with a cross to the body and a cross upstairs. Look, I think it's a good cross upstairs by Beterbiev. Beterbiev's got to win this round if he wants a. I think if he wants a chance on the cards, I think he has to win this round. And it's a competitive round so far. I think Beterbiev is up in this round at the moment. Bivol, a nice little jab downstairs, cross up. And now they're exchanging on the inside. Beterbiev coming forward. Bivol works his way off the ropes. .40 seconds, 45 seconds left. Beterbiev throwing. Bivol blocking most of these. Bivol countering. Bivol countering. Beterbiev has Bivol against the ropes. Throwing some shots here. Now their refs breaking them up. Oof. Both of them exchanging on the inside. Good counter hook by Bivol. All right, we got about 10 seconds left. Let's see. Ref breaks him up. Final stanza, or final sequence. Counter 1-2 by Beterbiev. Wow. That's the end of that fight. Fascinating. Great stuff. Oh my God, Bivol's face. Bivol's bleeding down his left eye. Oh my goodness. What a fight. The last round I probably edge Beterbiev. Overall, I might give the edge to Bivol on the cards for this fight. That's kind of how I felt last time. But last time was a little different in the sense that Beterbiev was the one coming on late. This time Bivol was the one who kind of came on in the late middle and the late rounds. I think Beterbiev had a pretty decent round 12, but he he needed to do more. I think part of it is that Bivol's gas tank really was excellent, where he was able to, he was able to bounce back after Beterbiev had several rounds in a row where he was just really coming on and bullying Bivol, and Beterbiev was looking quick and explosive and landing some more shots, and Bivol just got this second wind, and his energy level, his quickness, his movement, everything looked really good. And there's a nasty cut above Bivol's left eye. That's what it is. That's what was bleeding before. It might have been from a headbutt. I don't know. Oh no, it was from a right hand by Beterbiev. It's a good exchange where Beterbiev landed a nasty right. Wow, what a fight. What a fight. Yeah, again, Beterbiev started faster. Although I thought Bivol got the first couple rounds. But then Beterbiev, particularly in the middle rounds, really started to kick some ass. And then Bivol really came on, I think, what was it, around round 8? Yeah, maybe. I think it was maybe around round 8. And maybe around 7. All right, let's get the decision. Thank you, by the way, for hopping on and joining the stream. I appreciate it. Sorry I was late to coming onto this. Just had work today and could not get off earlier. Let's wait. Let's see what the decision is. Mannix has 115-113 for Bivol. He gave the last round to Beterbiev, as I did. But he has his overall score is 115-113 Bivol. One card is 114-114. One 116-112. 115-113. Majority decision for Bivol. Bivol wins the majority decision. And now Bivol is the champion. Wow. And good for him. Wow. Majority decision win for Dmitry Bivol. Phenomenal performance. And it feels good. It feels right that Beterbiev got the majority decision in the first fight. And I kind of thought that Bivol, it was very close. And this fight, close again, but I thought Bivol would get it, and he gets the majority decision in this fight, and I think he earned it. He deserved it. Wow. Good for him. I'm really happy for Dmitry Bivol. That's amazing. Great stuff. Wow. Again, majority decision. That's boxing for you. The first fight, majority decision. Beterbiev, second fight, majority decision, Bivol. It just shows how close these guys are when it comes to just their skill level and their just how their caliber as fighters. And potentially now we have a trilogy set up. We have a potential trilogy on our hands, folks. Good for him. Wow, amazing stuff. That's changing. That's interesting now. So yeah, we have a potential trilogy on our hands. Turkey was saying how he wants the winner to fight David Benavidez. Could we see Bivol versus Benavidez? Or are these guys going to have to go for a rubber match? Let's see the interview here. Also just really happy for him that he can rub this in his ex-wife's face. Oh. Bivol says, "I'm just so happy," and Maddox asks him how it feels. Bivol says, "Thanks everyone," but his face, he's just giving off pure elation. He seems just a little tired, obviously, but like so happy. You just see the relaxedness, and the ease on his face. He's just so happy to win. Mm. Interesting. Bivol says that he felt a little looser, a little freer in the training camp for this fight because of the fact that he lost the first fight, because he wasn't undefeated anymore. Mm. Bivol just saying how hard it was to keep him at distance. Mm. Yeah, Bivol's saying how, thanking his camp and everything, just how. Mm. Bivol saying he has some injuries. So Bivol says, when Maddox asked if he wants a third fight, he said he's ready for any challenge, but he wants to rest a little bit. He wants to heal some injuries up. It's going to be tougher for Beterbiev. Just now he's past 40, he's getting older. He's not getting any younger here. Um, so Maddox asked Beterbiev how he feels about the decision. Beterbiev says, "I don't want to talk about it," but he. Asking about a rubber match now. So I think Artur said that you do a third fight. Whoa, Beterbiev was doing some kind of finger point towards Bivol, but Bivol was laughing, smiling. So wow, fascinating. Okay, well, Bivol gets the victory. Well earned, really good fight. Bivol endured. He weathered the storm and somehow got a second wind and came on late. And that potentially sets up a trilogy fight, but you gotta, for a trilogy fight, you gotta favor Bivol as with how well he performed in the first fight and then how well he performed here. You gotta think that with Artur getting getting a little older, and Bivol having this great experience, great performances, man, I think you got to favor Bivol in a trilogy fight. Well, thank you all. Appreciate all you for hopping on after I joined from getting off work. I'm gonna sign off. Thank you. Appreciate you. Talk later.